Tonight, when the sun disappears, you'll flip a switch. Your room will instantly fill with light. That ordinary movement hides an ancient revolution. Your ancestors never experienced an exact hour. They knew dawn, noon, dusk, and darkness. They rarely knew precisely when anything happened. Sunrise woke the village. Hunger announced midday. Long shadows warned that night was approaching. Nobody was 5 minutes late. Nobody worked an 8-hour shift. Time was something nature did. Then humans noticed the sky repeating itself. The moon returned through predictable shapes. Floods arrived during familiar seasons. Migrating animals followed invisible calendars. Measuring these cycles meant surviving them. Calendars came before clocks. Ancient Mesopotamians counted using groups of 60. Their base 60 mathematics still surrounds you. 60 seconds form your minute. 60 minutes form your hour. The past is ticking inside your wrist. Egyptians divided daylight into 12 changing portions. Sundials made those portions visible. Stars called deacons divided the night. But ancient hours were not equal. A summer hour could outlast a winter hour. Nobody considered that a problem. Why imprison sunlight inside identical boxes? Shadows worked only when skies cooperated. Water offered a darker solution. Egyptians built water clocks called clepsydras. Water escaped slowly through a small opening. Marked containers revealed the passing intervals. Temperature and clogged holes distorted their accuracy. Yet courts and temples used them. Greece, Persia, India, and China developed variations. Time had entered a human-made container. That changed who could control it. Priests scheduled rituals. Officials limited speeches and hearings. Rulers organized taxes, guards, and ceremonies. Measurement quietly became authority. Roman cities displayed public sundials proudly. Wealthy citizens carried smaller versions. Still, every town followed its own sky. Noon happened whenever the local sun peaked. Travel far enough and noon shifted. The world contained countless local times. Then medieval bells began synchronizing entire communities. 6th century monasteries followed scheduled daily prayers. The rule of Saint Benedict formalized them. Monks prayed through darkness, cold, and harvest. A bell summoned everyone together. That sound escaped the monastery walls. Farmers heard it. Merchants heard it. Workers heard it. The sky no longer issued every command. Human schedules now interrupted nature. Town bells announced markets, curfews, and danger. Time became a sound everyone obeyed. During the late 13th century, machinery joined it. European craftsmen built weight-driven mechanical clocks. Their spinning gears required an escapement. This mechanism released stored energy step by step. Many early clocks had no visible face. They struck bells instead. The English word clock descends from bell. Their accuracy was often terrible, their social power was not. Tower clocks imposed one rhythm across crowded streets. What happens when thousands share 1 hour? Markets coordinate, contracts tighten, wages become countable. Lateness becomes visible. Equal hours slowly replaced seasonal hours. Machines ignored winter darkness and the summer abundance. Every hour was supposed to match. Minutes appeared more often on clock faces. Seconds followed when mechanisms became precise enough. People learned to feel smaller delays. Precision changed emotion before it changed science. Waiting became measurable. Impatience gained numbers. Galileo studied pendulum motion during the 1580s. A pendulum's swing suggested remarkably regular intervals. Christian Huygens built a pendulum clock in 1656. Daily errors shrank from minutes toward seconds. The world suddenly held still enough to study. Astronomers tracked moving planets. Physicians counted human pulses. Experimenters measured falling objects. Science began asking exactly how long. Then the oceans demanded portable precision. Latitude could be estimated from stars. Longitude remained brutally difficult. Sailors needed their ship's local noon. They also needed accurate home time. Each hour's difference represented 15 degrees. A drifting clock could misplace an entire ship. How much is one accurate second worth? In 1714, Britain offered up to £20,000. The prize targeted practical longitude methods. John Harrison, a carpenter, pursued the clock solution. He battled friction, humidity, temperature, and motion. His fourth marine timekeeper sailed in 1761. H4 lost roughly 5 seconds during the voyage. Those seconds helped redraw the planet. Reliable longitude strengthened navigation, trade, and empire. Precision was never politically neutral. Industrial factories made clocks more intimate. Historian E.P. Thompson documented the transformation. His 1967 study described new time discipline. Traditional labor often followed completed tasks. Factory labor followed measured hours. The bell started work. The bell ended work. Minutes became wages. Lateness became disobedience. Employers installed clocks above workers. Schools trained children with bells. Prisons, armies, and offices adopted rigid schedules. Bodies learned to obey the clock internally. Railways then exposed a different problem. Every town still kept local solar time. Bristol ran about 10 minutes behind London. Timetables became dangerous puzzles. Britain's Great Western Railway adopted London time in 1840. British railways standardized around Greenwich during the 1840s. American railroads introduced standard zones in 1883. Entire cities moved their clocks together. Could noon belong to governments instead of sunlight? In 1884, delegates chose Greenwich's prime meridian. The decision organized global longitude and timekeeping. Political borders later bent time zones strangely. Standard time accelerated travel, commerce, and administration. It also erased thousands of local noons. Then quartz crystals surpassed mechanical gears. Atomic clocks surpassed quartz. Since 1967, 1 second means 9,192,631,770 cesium oscillations. Earth's rotating body no longer defines your second. GPS satellites even require corrections for relativity. Without them, navigation errors would grow kilometers daily. Nature gave us cycles, humans converted them into commands. You do not merely measure time anymore, time measures you.